Welcome back, and we will continue talking about break-even points and leverage in this video using Excel. In the previous video, we worked on this, but we did it with manual calculations to get the numbers. We are now going to learn how to use GoalSeek and Solver to do the same thing. Okay, so what we have here is pretty much the same income statement and numbers that we have here. Okay. All right, so what we're going to is start with GoalSeek, a function in Excel, to work on getting these break-even points. For example, here we're trying to find the operating break-even point. In other words, when EBIT is 0. And we did some formulas to calculate it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to data, what if, we're going to hit GoalSeek. Now, GoalSeek has 3 fields. So they're asking, okay, which cell do you want to set to what value? So remember, we want EBIT to equal 0 on the operating break-even. So we're talking about EBIT, which is here. We want this number, F17. That's why it says F17 in there. We want to set this cell here, this value, to 0. Now remember, we have formulas all over the place here. So that's why Excel is able to do this. You have to have formulas, it cannot be just a number inputted. So which cell are we going to change? Now we're looking for the units. So I want to change this one here. So what we're telling Excel is this number here, this EBIT, I wanted to set it to 0 by changing the amount of units I sell. So I want to know what's the minimum in this case, or how many units I have to sell, how many pies, for this to be 0. That way I know that I don't lose nor gain money. That's my break-even point. So we hit OK. We get, and let me give you a couple of, it's automatically going to change that cell for you. Notice that number is the same as the previous number we calculated here. It's also here, by the way. Here was done manually. Here, the GoalSeek did it for you. Now, Solver can do the same thing. Now, Solver is like a more advanced GoalSeek. Notice that GoalSeek only allowed me to put a few entries. One place, change it to something by changing one thing. Solver can do that too, but it can do several places. We'll first start with a simple version like we just did here, and then we'll show you something with added detail. So for example, we are going to go to data. In this case, we go Solver. It's up here. So I'm gonna hit Solver. Now let me clear it because I was working with this before. Okay, so in order to do the same thing, we want to set objective. Okay, so we want EBIT to have a value of 0. You can maximize it, minimize it, but we're trying to do the break even, so you want the exact value of 0. And we're saying by changing which ones, okay? We're going to change that one. So it's very similar to GoalSeek. Now we're going to stop here adding details. Solver, and we'll do a second example, we'll add more things, allows you to enter more details here for it to follow. So you can do multiple cells, different changes at the same time. But for now, we're just doing the same as GoalSeek. We're going to hit solve. It's going to let you know that the solution was found, and you can either accept it by hitting OK. You can cancel and go back to the same. So I'm going to hit OK. Notice we have the same value there. Okay, so we learned how GoalSeek works. GoalSeek is a simple version solving some equation with only a few entries. Now, let's go ahead and do another goal seek, but with net income now. So I'm going to go here. Let's go back to the original number. You don't have to. I just like to so we can see the effect on it. So I want net income to go to 0. So I'm going to go with goal seek. Data. What if? Goal seek. I want to set the net income cell to value 0. So I know the net income break even by changing the units of cells. I want to know the units. All right. I hit OK. And it gives me the same units here that we need. And notice those over here as well too. Hit OK. And it automatically changes the number for you. And there you have it. 0 net income. Now let's say I want to know the price I can work with. Let's go back to the original. Now, what price can I charge if I'm only going to sell 4,500? I can do goal seek again. But in this case, okay, I want to set the net income to 0 again. But now instead of changing the units, I'm going to change the price. So I'm selecting the price. When I hit OK, and there it is, $17.33, same amount of pies, 0 net income, the same number we had over here when we calculated manually. So goal seek will go ahead and set it for you once you select the proper cells. Cells as in the Excel cells. All right. Now let's do the same thing here using Solver. So you can see how it works the same. So Solver is, I want my net income is objective. That's the one here. The objective is my net income, J21. I want to value of 0. Now, first, by changing the amount of pies I can sell. And there you have it, the same 47.50, net income 0. Now, let's do that again. Let's go back to 4,500. But now I want to know if I change the price instead of the pies that I sell. So by changing the price, can I get net income, J21, to set to 0 for my break even? And there it is, the same 1733 that we had in all the other ones. And then you go net income. That's how it works. Now let's do one more thing with Solver. Let's say, so you can see how we can add details. So let's say we're looking to make J21 is the net income, right? So we want net income and want to make, let's say, $5,000. We want to make sure, okay, so what do I have to do to make $5,000 in net income? But this time, I'm going to allow Solver to use both items, units and price. It can change both at the same time for me to get the $5,000 in net income. So here's the deal. With goal seek, you couldn't do 2 changes, change 2 sales at the same time. Well, so we can do 2 or 3 or 4. You can do multiple. We're just going to do 2 for now, so we can get familiar with it. Now we're going to add some rules. Let's say your factory can only produce up to 6,000 pies. Okay, so we want to hit add here. And this we're going to say, since I can only produce a maximum of 6,000 pies, I have to tell that this cell here has to be less or equal to, these are different options, than 6,000. Because I cannot make more than 6,000 pies, then I cannot sell more than 6,000 pies. So we call that a constraint. Okay. Now let's also say that, so I'm going to add another constraint. So that one's done. Let me hit OK first so you can see it. So start showing up here. These are the constraints. J2, it has to be less or equal than 6,000. So let's add another one. My next situation is that the price, you cannot charge $700 for a pie. So there has to be a limit. Let's say that in your market, you know that the maximum you can be able to charge is $17.35, because anything after that, you start losing sales or people are not buying the pies from you for whatever economic and marketing reasons you have. All right. Now I can hit OK and go see it another one, but because I want to add another constraint, it will save this one if I hit add and allow me for a new one. Now, the next thing is that your price must be greater or equal than your variable cost, because you shouldn't sell it for less than the variable cost, because then your contribution margin is negative and everything gets just bad after that. So your price should be above the $11 variable cost. So let's hit OK. So this is a simple way of using Solver, where we allow it to change more than one cell for this objective that we're giving it. And we have some constraints. I cannot produce more than 6,000 pies, as the most I can sell. I cannot charge more than $17.35 because that may affect my sales, or people may completely stop buying from me. And whatever price I do charge has to be more than the $11. So it has to be greater or equal than that. So the rest, we'll leave it the same there, and we hit solve. Let me see if I have a solution. Okay, so found a solution. It's saying to sell about, if you sell about 5,539 pies, and you maximize the price in this case, then you can achieve your $5,000. Now, clearly, as you lower the price, then the more pies you have to sell, and vice versa. So Solver allowed to change two places at the same time to achieve the solution you're looking for. And you could do other numbers here, other values and all that. Now, but that's it for this lesson, how goal-seek is a simplified or less complex or limited way of doing Solver at the same time. So you only need one change in one place. By changing only one of the places, goal-seek is the easy one to use. If you need multiple changes, then, and with other constraints and other limitations, then Solver allows you to do those things. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll stop the recording here.